What's good, Commanders fans? And we just got the news that everybody's been waiting for. The Commanders versus Falcons game has been flexed to Sunday Night Football. Huge game, and shout out to BetUS. Make sure you guys check out BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. Make sure you guys put your wagers in on BetUS. And we did just hit on the Terry McLaurin over for receiving yards. I noticed that this morning that he already went over 925 receiving yards. And death taxes and Terry McLaurin getting 1,000 receiving yards. So that was an easy prop that they put on BetUS. We cashed on that. So shout out to the guy. Shout out to whoever tailed me on that pig on BetUS. You should be getting your money really now. I mean, you should have got it yesterday if you did put a wager on Terry McLaurin's over under for receiving yards and touchdowns a long time ago. They had his touchdowns at like 4.5, which is ridiculous. And he's already gotten 11 touchdowns on the season. That's crazy. He's all-pro Terry, man. Terry's an all-pro player this year. I don't care what nobody says. He's an all-pro player this year, and he's a top 5 receiver in the league right now. That's the way he's playing football right now. All right, so we play against the Falcons on Sunday night. They did move the Dolphins and Browns game was on Sunday night, and the Dolphins are 6-8. The Browns are 3-11. So that was the smart move to make, and they know that Jayden's a star, man. He is one of the faces of the league. He's top. He's one of the top people in Pro Bowl voting. You look at him last night. He went to Raising Cane's and Bowie, and a bunch of people came out, gave away bikes to the kids and stuff like that. You see the kids flocking to him and taking pictures and just going crazy over him and stuff like that. So he really does have that star power in the league right now. I mean, he's rookie. He's going to be rookie of the year. He's willing his team and being a leader and taking his team to the playoffs. So the NFL definitely wants to get those ratings up for sure. They definitely rather see Jayden Daniels versus Kirk Cousins or maybe even Michael Penix in a playoff implicated game with big playoff implications. I mean, you look at the records for us. We're 9-5. The Falcons are 7-7. So, and if we lose this game, we would lose the tiebreaker. Like, because the Falcons, they have a cupcake schedule for the rest of the season. Like, they play the Giants next week, so they're gonna beat the Giants. The Giants are so awful. It's either Tommy DeVito, Drew Lock, or Tim Boyle may actually be starting for the New York Giants. So, and then they play. What's the rest of their schedule? Their schedule is really. They play the Panthers. The Panthers are playing better, but most likely they are going to beat the Panthers at home. That's their last game. So they play the Giants, us, and the Panthers. So if we wanna win this and not even make it a tiebreaker scenario, we really need to beat the Eagles next week or on Sunday. And then, but if we do end up losing to the Eagles, which is definitely possible because the Eagles are a good team and we lost to them a couple weeks ago, we have to take care of business at home on Sunday Night Football against the Falcons. And that should be a game. I'm not saying Falcons fans don't travel, but that it's not like an NFC East game where there's a bunch of Cowboys fans and Giants fans and Eagles fans coming up there, or Steelers fans in the AFC, where it's a very strong fan base. No disrespect to the Falcons fan base, but this should be a game where it should be 90 to 95%, in my opinion, Commanders fans for the most part. So we should definitely have a home field advantage. The crowd noise is going to be cold as crap. Most likely December 29th. I would assume it'd probably be like 30 degrees, maybe 35, something like that. You just never know with Maryland weather. But this is going to be a fun game. I don't know if we're going to do the black on blacks or white on whites. I'd rather them do white on whites. I don't know. They might have already chosen the jersey colorway or whatever. But of course, there's a lot. I mean, Dan Quinn coached for the Falcons before. Kirk Cousins, this is his second game back in Landover, Maryland. So we got to hit him with the you like that when we beat him. And also, don't let him go back on the plane with the 2 chains and celebrating all that stuff like that when he was with the Vikings. Now, you look at Kirk Cousins, the last couple games, man, they played last night too. He did not play a good game. He was 11 for 17, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 78.6 quarterback rating, a 9.0 QBR rating, which is really, really awful. He threw a bad interception. There was one play where he tried to hand it off to Bijan Robinson. He could barely do that. He could barely move. He's on the last leg of his career, man. And Raheem Morris said that he's not going to rule out, or NBC Sports reported that Raheem Morris is not ruled out benching Kirk Cousins. That's how bad he's been. You look at the Chargers game as well, and he was really off in that game. He threw 4 picks, 0 touchdowns, 4 picks. He leads the league in interceptions right now. So this has to be a ball in his life type of game. 18 touchdowns, 16 picks, 52.7 QBR, which is 22nd in the league. Their defense does give up big plays. You look at them against the Vikings. The Vikings are a good team, though. They gave up 42 points to the Vikings. They gave up 38 to the Denver Broncos. They lost 38-6. They lost to the Saints 20-17. So they were on a 4-game skid, and they got right against the Vegas Raiders, who are awful with Desmond Ridder and then they're going to beat the Giants this next week. So they're going to come in confident after beating two mediocre teams. And I'm not going to talk a bunch of trash because we just barely beat the Saints with Jake Haener and Spencer Rattler. But this is a game where we got to take care of business, guys. We got to take care of business from the jump. Now, they do have talented players like Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier. They have good Kyle Pitts. Like, they have weapons, and this is a big reason why we bought Marshawn Lattimore here. So I would stick him on Drake London. Just take him out the game, and then, you got to force the ball to either Darnell Mooney or Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson. You got to slow down the run game. So they have guys on offense that can hurt you. It's just Kirk has just not been playing good football at all. He hasn't been playing good football for sure. So, but yeah, this is good news, man. It's going to be a highly rated game, a fun game at home game, and big playoff implications, man. We got to win this game because, like I said, if we finish 10-7, and they finished 10-7, their conference record is good. That's the thing. Like, the Falcons have a 6-3 conference record. So let's say I hate to get into these scenarios and stuff like that, but worst case scenario, we go 10-7 and we're 6-3. So we would basically finish 7-5 in the NFC conference record. Because let's say we lose to the Eagles, so that's 6-4, and then lose to the Falcons. We're not gonna lose to the Falcons. Well, I highly doubt we lose to the Falcons. I'll say that. I highly doubt. Oh, we just signed somebody too. Breaking news here. Tight end Tyree Jackson to their practice squad source said he spent some time with the Giants last year. See, I knew it was Zach Ertz. We were gonna have to sign a tight end. I knew it was Zach Ertz. So that's not good. That's not good news with Zach Ertz. That's not good news at all. But yes, we do have to take care of this game. Basically, the point is, if we lose this game and we tie with the Falcons for the conference record, it's going to be an uphill battle to make the playoffs because they would win that tiebreaker, basically that conference record. And the Buccaneers, they have a very, very easy schedule coming up too. The Buccaneers, they play Dallas, so we kind of need Dallas to win that game on Sunday night against the Buccaneers. But even if the Buccaneers lose to Dallas, they'll be 8-7, and then the last two games on our schedule is the Carolina Panthers, which that would be a win, and then they play the Saints with Rattler or Haener, most likely Rattler. That would be a win for them too. So they would end up being 10-7, worst case scenario, and then they would win the tiebreaker only because they beat us. So actually, let me make sure that's true too, because I know. Where's the Buccaneers at? Yeah, they have a 6-3 conference record too. So it's like, it's just tough. So that is a must-win game, unless we beat the Eagles. If we lose to the Eagles on Sunday, the Falcons game is a must-win game. It's basically a win and you're in game. It's basically a win and you're in. And it may have the vibes of the 2012 game where we had to win and get in against Dallas at home, and it was a packed house. Everybody's going crazy. We won that game. That was a Sunday night football game when we got in. So. But all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. As always, Health Commanders. Peace.